everybody, and welcome to round 12 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. We are at Loket in the Czech Republic for the MXGP of Czech Republic, and this is the beautiful postcard chocolate box town that sits in the bottom of the valley with the racetrack high up on the hillside here. But that is Loket, and we've been coming here since 1995. Joel Smets, the Belgian, was the first ever winner in the 500cc category. Two more names will add their names to the list by the end of today in both MX2 and MXGP. Last year's winner, Jago Geerts, is lining up today, and he is currently fourth in the championship. Beautiful day now. We had thunder and lightning and huge storms throughout the night from about midnight for a couple of hours or so, and again around about 5 till 6 this morning. The racetrack just under 1,600 meters long. Yesterday was hard and slick and stony and fast. Today there's a little bit more grip out there and a few more lines and a bit rutty in places, but the weather's picking up, the skies are opening up, and of course that track then is just starting to bed in just perfectly. That's what it looks like here, very up and down as well. And the run down to the finish line, that's where Sector 1 starts, bottom of your screen. It was quiet over there yesterday, busy but quiet, but it was 34 degrees out on track yesterday. And of course, a lot cooler, so we are going to pack a few more people in to this hillside circuit in Loket. Gives you an idea of some of the varying undulations if you're seeing this place for the first time. It's a fantastic location as well, Loket, and just down the road, Karlovy Vary is a wonderful town, wonderful city as well. And look at that, doesn't it just look beautiful? Anyway, Tim Geiser is back this weekend. We'll see him racing in MXGP, and yesterday he provided us with our GoPro track preview. Let's take a spin with the HRC man. Tim Geiser then takes us for a lap of this Loket circuit. The start straight here up into this very tricky left-hand 180 turn. You cross the foxhole shot line, couple of singles, and then if you're on it, you can triple your way into turn 2. And then out of there, you head uphill. You see how this is after free practice in the morning on Saturday, so it was just starting to dry out after the track being watered yesterday, but it did dry out to become very slick and hard as the day went on. But you just saw from that angle there how wonderful the track swoops up and down the valley hillside here. There's the run up towards the Monster Energy finish line jump. And then when you land, you're hard on the brakes, inside or outside. You see the difference on the exit as well. Inside has a bit of a jump to consider. The outside a little bit more smoother. Downhill here through this off-cambered left uphill choice of lines as well. Inside brings you onto the plateau via that little jump. You head down past pit lane, and then as we get to the end of the straight, little single there before dropping away. Single double at the bottom of the hill. Remember when the old start straight used to go from the left and down into this turn here? Going back a few years. And then anyway, we head up here onto this plateau, swing left. You can use the outside, go high and wide, and then do whatever you want with the corner. That allows you to get onto this inside here, and then again sweep across through the bottom turn. Lowest part of the racetrack coming up here over the Monster Energy jump, bottom end of the circuit. This is turn 13. We then climb uphill over the city double onto the plateau into a 180 right, downhill, steeper than it looks, into this 180 left. Inside, you've got to really feather the throttle to get the perfect drive. Over Monster Energy Mountain, we're working our way towards the end of the lap here. Hard on the brakes, inside or outside. Outside allows you to cut back again and take the lower line through here, which allows you to cut through up the inside to maybe make a pass in this high turn. Final turn before we re-emerge onto the start straight then. And that is a lap here of Loket. Good to see Tim Geiser back as well. And the atmosphere really starting to build now around this racetrack. You can see the riders on their sighting lap ahead of MX2 race 1. A few moments ago, though, Lisa was down on the grid. She caught up with Isaac Gifting, but before that, Simon Laengenfelder from Red Bull GasGas Factory Racing.
We are now fully warmed up for the MX2 and the MXGP classes. Let's catch up with a couple of guys in MX2. The first being Red Bull GasGas, Simon Laengenfelder. Simon, let's talk about yesterday's qualifying session. Great start, leading the way. You lost the lead lap 7, but clearly you've got a good feeling for the track out there.
Yeah, I was enjoying it. Yeah, it's not far from my home, so this year this is my home GP. Unfortunately, I couldn't ride in Deutschland, but now here are many German fans where I try to show my best. Yeah, to have a good speed, to have good starts. I think it's here quite important because today, after all the rain, it's quite much one line, but I guess we'll find out how it turns out.
Let's quickly talk about the start here in Lockett. Obviously, I guess getting past that start straight and that first corner is half the battle because it has caught a few people out, hasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Yesterday I saw there was quite a big crash behind me. Yeah, when you're in front, everything is always easier and nicer, but yeah, you can not always have a good start. So yeah, I just try to have a good jump out of the gate and keep myself out of trouble.
Have a good one. Thanks, Simon. Let's catch up with a rider that I haven't spoken to for a while. It's Isaac Gifting. Isaac, we have to talk about that qualifying race yesterday. Actually, that was your best qualifying race so far this year, and the only one that you scored points in. What is it about this track that it kind of worked for you yesterday?
Well, normally I was quite nervous for this weekend because normally I only been there once and I didn't like the track and I was riding pretty bad. So I was a bit nervous, and then I had a good start and I just tried to stay calm, follow the lines and not make anything stupid, and it just worked out. And also try to save the energy a little bit in the heat because it was really hot. And yeah, I don't know, I just made it work. And before, yeah, I never had any points in the quali race, and now I got 4th. So for me it was a big win, especially this year after the knee injury and everything that's happened before the season started. So finally I'm a little bit back to where I know I can be. So that was really nice for me and my confidence.
Have a great race. Thanks, Isaac. Good luck there to Isaac and all the guys. It's time for MX2 race 1.
Are you sure about that? Nice little pause there. So, as always, riders disappearing out onto the start straight. See how wet it is over on that side, either side of the start straight, actually, after the overnight rain. So these riders will be just using this. Yesterday afternoon, though, we had a special visitor, the President of Czech Republic, Mr. Petr Pavel. And obviously he was welcomed there upstairs by the In-Front Motor Racing CEO, David Longo, of course, Mr. Antonio Alia Portela, the FIM CMS Director. And great to have the President here this weekend, enjoying a little bit of the FIM Motocross World Championship, MXGP. Well, take a look at what happened in the qualifying race yesterday, shall we? The Ram MX2 qualifying race, 198. Arrived here, second in the championship, Thibaut Beneston, but watch what happens here. Sacha Coenen comes in from the left-hand side and then hits the brakes about here, and then that causes an absolute domino effect. And look at Beneston right underneath the carnage. He will not line up for the races today. Look at it from another angle. Just see the line there that Sacha Coenen took, and that took out Beneston and a handful of other riders. But it was Laengenfelder who led the way. This is Jago Geerts who were on board with. He emerged in 5th place behind Isaac Gifting and Liam Everts. Adamo was just there knocking on the door up the inside. There he goes. And Adamo was on a mission here because he had a 26-point advantage over Thibaut Beneston. He wouldn't have known until maybe after the first lap that Beneston was out of the race, so he just needed to score as many points as he could to extend that gap at the head of the field. Another 10 behind him was Kai de Wolf, but Adamo down the inside of Gifting to move up into 3rd. And then Sacha Coenen fell, almost took out Adamo as well. He would get back to 17th after falling down to 26th. His brother, Lucas Coenen, actually, bad start, went down on the opening lap and also got back to 16th. The Red Bull KTM duo then of Everts and Adamo. Adamo down the inside of the Belgian to take over 2nd on lap 5. And a couple of laps later, he found his way around the outside of Laengenfelder. We thought the pass would probably come at the bottom of the next hill, the other side of the Monster Energy jump, but he didn't want to wait that long. Michele Lavetti looking on there as Jago Geerts circulated in 5th place, but he was under attack from Kai de Wolf. He had a big moment here, back end stepped out left then right, and that allowed de Wolf down the inside here. But on the exit of turn 1, Kai de Wolf then lit up the back end, and that allowed Geerts to route through. Geerts was back there in 5th, but for how much longer? well, with 2 to go, as Geerts went wide, De Wolf finally found his way through, and he put the squeeze on the Belgian here. De Wolf went on to finish in 5th place. Jago Geerts will go to the line 6 ahead of Van der Moosdijk, Horgmo and Camden McLellan, picking up his 3rd points in the qualifying race win. But it was Adamo with his first quali race win of the season from Laengenfelder and Everts. So Andrea Adamo, in that case then, started the day 26 points clear of Thibaut Beneston. He lines up for race 1, 36 points ahead of Beneston, who will not line up today. So he will lose 2nd, maybe even 3rd or 4th in the championship, because De Wolf is just 4 behind and Jago Geerts 12 behind him, so 16 points separating the 2 teammates. And maybe even drop to 5th, because Liam Everts not that far back either. And then we've got Van der Moosdijk, Laengenfelder, Coenen and Horgmo, with Jan Panzer running out the top 10. We heard from Simon Laengenfelder at the start of the race, and obviously he was saying this is the closest Grand Prix to where he lives, and obviously a lot of German fans have travelled this weekend, and of course he will be hoping to not disappoint. Well, if he does win here, he'll be first German in MX2 to win since Ken Roczen, and the first since Max Nagel in 2016. But Andrea Adamo lines up on pole position from Simon Laengenfelder. Liam Everts goes to line 3rd, ahead of Gifting with his best qualifying of the season. De Wolf, Geerts, Van der Moosdijk and Horgmo, and Camden McLellan with his 9th place finish, his 3rd qualifying points of the season. Ferruccio Zanchi, a good ride through the field for the European 250 rider from 16th to 10th. And then we've got David Braceras, Rick Elzinga, Marc-Antoine Rossi, who came from 19th to finish 13th. And then we've got Weckman, Panzer, Lucas Coenen, who was down on the deck at turn 1 as well. So at the end of his first lap, he was 30th, and he got back to 16th, ahead of his twin brother, Sacha Coenen. Marcel Stauffer, Federico Tuani, and the rest. There is your championship leader, Andrea Adamo, getting very used to feeling comfortable in red. The red plate holder, 36 points clear as he heads into race 1. Laengenfelder looked good yesterday, but at the halfway point, he was caught by Adamo. Can he reverse that trend in race 1? Maybe even race 2. Maybe even get to stand on the top step of the podium for the 2nd time this season. Jago Geerts didn't feel the track yesterday. Maybe with a little bit of moisture in it, things will go a little better for him. Maybe he'll have that better feeling. And Isaac Gifting, what a fantastic ride for the VHR racing team, GasGas rider Isaac Gifting. Big knee injury last year, team problems at the start of the year. The team that he was riding for originally folded and decided not to race this year. Hopefully we'll see him back on the grid next year, but a great result for him. De Wolf now lines up 4 points off of 2nd position in the championship, with Geerts just 12 points behind him. Going to be an interesting tussle, and Liam Everts also in the mix, already a Grand Prix winner this year, and 4 podiums for the Belgian. In the MX2 warm-up session earlier on today, Simon Laengenfelder was fastest, 3/10 quicker than Rick Elzinga and Kevin Horgmo, with Liam Everts, Lucas Coenen and Jago Geerts. So the track was a lot wetter than it is now. There is Lucas Coenen. And we know that he can get a good start, and if he gets a good start, he will be mixing it with the best. Already has race wins and a Grand Prix victory under his belt. The rider who lines up on the Nissan Husqvarna, now 8th in the championship. He started 7th, but obviously with Laengenfelder finishing 2nd and Coenen not picking up points, he just loses that place. The Fly Racing 15-second border for the first time today here in the MXGP of Czech Republic at Locket. Who's it going to be that grabs that all-important foxhole shot here in MX2 race 1? Heads down, revs up, gates down as well. It's a Yamaha through the middle, Geerts and Horgmo and Sacha Coenen. But it's Geerts for the 6th time this year as riders go down. And is that Adamo or is that Everts? One of the Red Bull KTM's down. It might have been Liam Everts, I'm not sure, but will get the riders over the line. Coenen's there, Sacha Coenen there in third place. Weckman with a good start as well. What, fourth or fifth? Fourth place. McClellan in fifth. Laengenfelder sixth. De Wolf, Elzinger. Keeping an eye on where the Red Bull KTMs are here. Where's the number 80? There he is in 24th place. So as Everts down and riders going down all over the place. Zanke, Chibati, the 50 of Daniel Mendes. Yeah, Everts down, look. See the handlebars and the hand guards all bent up and out of shape. Looked like he was a little bit injured, but what a start for Adamo as well. Down in 24th position, and with a full grid of 39, 40 riders, he has got a lot of work to do on a track that is notoriously difficult to pass on. Wasn't so much of a problem for him yesterday, coming from sort of fifth to first, but this is going to be a whole different thing. And as he is leading the championship, he will want to be desperate to make his way to the front. And will that bring its own mistakes and problems as well? He's got to keep a cool head as Adamo. But it's Geerts who leads the way. Horgmo, fantastic start for the Norwegian on the F&H Kawasaki. The first time we've really seen him up at the sharp end this season. Got a second in Argentina in race 2, but since then he's been up and down like a yo-yo. He'll just be wanting to get through this first couple of laps. Stay settled. That water is left over from last night, by the way. After the rain, the heavy rain. Sacha Coenen in third, number 79. He's the lead Red Bull KTM rider. Just behind him, Camden McClellan. Fantastic start for the JM Honda Racing rider. Kind of Wolf in fifth for the start. Husqvarna, there he is through the second turn now. And then behind him, we've got Emil Weckman and Simon Laengenfelder. Here is Laengenfelder coming towards us now in seventh. Van der Moosdijk behind him there, number 39. And then Rick Elzinger, good start for the young Dutchman in ninth place. McClellan up to fourth, so McClellan and De Wolf both going by Weckman on that opening lap. Heading uphill with Weckman in sixth position. Laengenfelder, Van der Moosdijk behind him. Van der Moosdijk finding his way past Elzinger, and Elzinger getting caught there by Stauffer. So Stauffer goes through on Elzinger and moves up into ninth place. Laengenfelder all over the back of the ship to cycle. Honda SR Motor Blues rider Emil Weckman from Finland. These two fighting over that sixth place, and Laengenfelder down the inside. He's going to have to be brave. Can't cut through though. Might make the move here though, and he does. He runs Weckman wide, snatches that sixth place away. Van der Moosdijk would have seen that as well, and if he hasn't found his way past, wow, Adamo already up into 11th place. So whatever happened to him on the opening lap, he was down in 24th at the first split, which was the finish line. He has already found his way past, what, 10 or 12 riders, has Adamo, and he's got Elzinger right in his line of sight. There he is, the championship leader at the bottom of the hill in the left-hander. Taylor Hamill just behind him in 12th, Gifting 13, Katrinak 14, Lucas Koenen, Oriol Oliver, Jan Panzer. As we focus on Adamo. Up the inside of Elzinger, too easy. But up the inside and turns him inside out. Adamo down. All that work to do again. Wow. We said it would be a dramatic race for him. He has to keep a cool head. He left the door open. He went by, left the door open for attack. Watch this here. And Elzinger, well, he just held his line, and that was it. The two lines came together. Adamo upside down and back to front. All of a sudden, finds himself back out of the points in 21st place. He was in 10th. Going to be a long 25 minutes plus 2 for the Italian. Meanwhile, 1.5 seconds separate Montreal's Yamaha's Jago Geerts and the F&H Kawasaki of Kevin Horgmo, who's yet to win a race in MX2. Been on the podium a couple of times. Well, just the one time last year. But would love to get his race win and another podium here this weekend. Sacha Coenen. Third, bottom of the hill, the young 16-year-old. The lead Coenen in this race, actually. Not often we say that. Camden McClellan. Slight shoulder niggles in Indonesia from Sumbawa and Lombok. Picked up points, damage limitation, but there he is, just under the foxhole shot line now in black and blue. What a fantastic start to the race this is for the young South African, now based here in Europe, obviously. Former 85cc European champion, won his title here, remember, in those 85cc days. Got DeWolf behind him. Throw the flag out now in terms of the championship. Adamo on 4.98, DeWolf 4.74, Geerts 4.71, Benest on 4.62. Where is Liam Everts? He's in 33rd place. He was down on the deck for a long time after getting clipped or run over on the exit of turn 1. We haven't seen a replay of the start yet, but apparently it's on its way. Simon Laengenfelder, 1:49.261, fastest lap of the race at the end of lap 3. Right, take a look at the start, shall we? Right, Red Bull KTM over on the left-hand side. That's Sacha Coenen. Right, which one was it? Everts was next, just behind the Kawasaki. Oh, he spun round. Oh, caught. Oh, wow. That was a hard hit. Caught the rear wheel on the exit over the handlebars. So look, Everts just behind the F&H Kawasaki. It looked like he just runs out of room there, and then over the bars, face plants on his head. And then watch all this lot of carnage here. A couple of riders going down, that just big domino effect and just pulling people left, right and centre. Lucas Coenen getting caught in that as well, having to take avoiding action. The Belgian leads though. Geerts from Horgmo. Sacha Coenen, Camden McClellan 4th, DeWolf 5th, Laengenfelder 6th, Weckman, Van der Moosdijk, Stauffer and Elsinger. Lucas Coenen up to 11th, Hamel 12th. Here's Adamo again, this time trying to find his way past the 17th place rider, David Braceras. Back from injury himself. Is there going to be a way through here? Not quite, but maybe at the end of the straight. Well, he'll think twice about going wide and up the inside. Good to see Braceras back as well in action this weekend. Not going to find his way through here. It's tight as well when he lands at the top of the hill. His inside line from yesterday no longer available. Locking onto the rear wheel of the F&H Kawasaki of Braceras. We said yesterday when it was hot, oh, we got Wave Yellow's bottom of the hill, who was gone down here. Back marker, I think, because obviously not familiar riding gear. Here's Laengenfelder. Heavy when you get offline. Out of that bottom corner, turn 15. The 90-meter drag uphill towards Monster Energy Mountain. The cleanest line through the inside, but then that's just being turned into one long rut. And a lot of steps and edges in there as well, where you've been getting on the gas and changing gear, different positions. This is fantastic for Camden McClellan. 17th in the championship before he got here. His best round was 11th overall in Latvia, where he got 2 11th place finishes. So very much in unknown territory, the young South African. But when you're this high up, you know what? You throw absolutely everything at it. You've got a clear head, you can think clear, and you do what they do around you. And when they leave the door open, right, 20 minutes to go. Sacha Coenen being caught for 3rd place here. His best showing at the front. Lucas Coenen, fastest lap of the race though, 1:49.16. He's in traffic, he's in 11th, just behind Rick Elsinger, about 5.5 seconds behind him. But Sacha Coenen maybe holding up the charge from McClellan, and that allows De Wolf to go through. De Wolf now into 4th place. And Laengenfelder getting ready to make a move as well, but not close enough. And McClellan fights right back, and Laengenfelder almost goes through as well. Good riding from the 122, showing he's got heart and riding with it as well. Looks across, he knows exactly where the riders are. And we got wave yellows down here. Ferruccio Zenki, one of those. Here's Jan Panzer in the middle. He's got Hamill just ahead of him. Meanwhile, here's Adamo up the inside of Guerda. So the Swiss rider now down in 17th, Adamo 16th. Just struggling to get those bikes separated there at the bottom of the hill. Right, Braceras. You already see Adamo, a lap or so ago, was behind Braceras, who's now got caught behind Guerda. So Adamo now for 16th. He's got the number 23 of Taylor Hamill on the Gabriel SS24 KTM. Ahead of him. Ahead of him yet. Right, De Wolf, long look back over the shoulder there for McClellan. I'm not sure if he missed his pit board or he just wanted to see who was right there knocking on the door. McClellan 4th, but he's been passed by De Wolf once again. Was that on the uphill? On the run up to war. Oh, lucky there, Laengenfelder. That back end stepped around. Had he caught an edge, he would have been still rolling down into this bottom corner without his bike. Don't leave the door open, Cam. Almost got caught out there. Oh, yeah, utilising that outside bank. But Laengenfelder getting good drive on his Red Bull GasGas. Great to see a Honda up here, actually, in at the sharp end. The JM Honda of Jackie Martin's birthday boy. Not so long ago, a week or so ago. Former 500cc world champion and team owner, of course. McClellan. And this is the thing, when I was talking to him in Indonesia, he said, you know, finding those extra couple of seconds on a racetrack and then trying to maintain that pace for 30 minutes is not easy to do. But Laengenfelder down the inside and Camden McClellan now down in 6th place. You can't just expect to find 3 seconds in a lap or 2 seconds in a lap when you're not used to it. So this was, oh yeah, bottom of the hill, look. That was De Wolf on McClellan to get him back into 4th place. I knew it was around that part of the racetrack somewhere. So Laengenfelder now up into 5th. Captain McClellan, and Emil Weckman is next on the Honda Ship-to-Cycle. The Ship-to-Cycle Honda SR Motor Blues machine. See Weckman in there in top 7 as well. Remember, he was running up in those kind of positions in Trentino until he kind of had a Ufia moment. Panzer doing his best to keep Adamo at bay. This is for 14th place. How much energy is Adamo wasting in this first race, though? Coming from the back, getting to 11th, going down to 21st. Snatches a position away from Panzer, who in the end, the Slovenian, just said, okay, you're going to get me there anyway. Didn't do anything to close him down. So the Team JP 253 rider, satellite rider, remember, privateer, runs his own team in 15th place. Hamill, Guerda, Braceras, Pollock and Federico Tuani rounding out the top 20. And this is how Adamo found his way past Braceras a couple of laps ago. Dropping downhill. Did he leave the door open? Yes, he did. Was there a wave yellow there? because the ride was just out on the side of the track there. But anyway, Adamo making progress. And the red plate holder now up into 14th position. Oriol Oliver is next, number 51 in his line of sight. The WZ Racing Team rider, Oliver from Spain. 13th in the championship before we arrived here, 9th overall in Latvia. Lucas Coenen up into 10th, just found his way past the 401 of Marcel Stauffer, the Austrian. Oh, a mistake there from Oliver, an easy pass for Adamo as he moves into 13th place. How much space? About 3.5 seconds further up the track is gifting. Sacha Coenen still hanging on in there, look. Starting to see a bit of his potential. He messes up on the exit though, and he just closes down the door. Prevents Kai de Wolf going through. He's held third position right from the very first lap. Whereas Liam Everts, he's in 22nd after falling here on the exit of turn 1, right at the start of the race in that first hole. Over the bars, landed on his head, landed on his shoulders. Slow to pick himself up. And he was a long way back when he re-emerged. He's just doing his best now to try and get in the points while 13 minutes plus 2 laps remain. Shouldn't be a problem for him, just depends how battered and bruised he is. And if you're joining us now with 13 minutes to go and wondering where Thibaut Beniston is, big crash down into the first turn at the start of the qualifying race on Saturday, deemed unfit to ride by the team and the FIM. So hopefully we see him back in a week's time in Belgium at Lommel. He started the weekend 2nd overall. 26 down on Adamo, 36 after he failed to score in the ramp qualifying race, and Adamo went on to win it for the first time. But look at the battle here between Sacha Coenen, Kai de Wolf. Oh, almost catching an edge there, de Wolf. And Simon Laengenfelder just behind, a three-way scrap for third place. Laengenfelder riding what he feels is his home GP after missing Teushenthal because he was injured. And we're only 50k from the border to the west of where we are, and not far from where he grew up either. So very much feeling like there's a lot of German support for him here, and he's doing everything he can to find his way past de Wolf, who's not normally known for his hard pack riding skills, but Ruben Thurler, his trainer, obviously turning his weakness into a strength as he circulates in that 4th place at the moment. Laengenfelder did just edge by him at the last split, but not enough to maintain position. But de Wolf now under attack in 4th place. That part of the racetrack coming out of that turn and over the crest has caught out many a scalp in the years, over the years. Down the inside, Laengenfelder fences chances. Almost finds his way past de Wolf, who was not backing out of that, nor was Laengenfelder. In the end, the German had to yield. Otherwise, they would have ended up in our studio. Watch this here. Well, I thought about it, and then actually, no. De Wolf hanging on for another lap. He knows it's being held up by Sacha Coenen. And here he goes down the inside. Showing him a wheel, showing him a wheel. Good effort that from Coenen. Not backing out. He's not scared, is he? He's fearless. And that's how he rides, with his heart on his sleeve. He's getting tired, though. You just sense the mistakes are creeping in from the number 79. And Laengenfelder down the inside. De Wolf left the door wide open. Might be a challenge at the bottom of the hill here, but Laengenfelder protects the inside. De Wolf goes around the outside. inside, leans on him and takes that 4th position right back. What a scrap we've got on here. Again, not learning from the mistakes. Leave the door open, Kai, you will be punished. Ruben must be down there pulling his hair out. This is the battle for 3rd. It's 7 seconds off of Horgmo in 2nd position. Oh, Laengenfelder. Oh, that was nice from De Wolf. Just managed to get over the crest, over the tabletop. Oh, here we go. Deja vu. Is it going to work this time? Not quite. It's polishing up on the exit as well. Right, De Wolf down the inside of Coenen, who needs to be clean through there, and he is. Back marker just ahead of these 3. The gap between Geerts and Horgmo is down from 4 to 2.5 seconds. All of a sudden, with 8.5 minutes to go. Right, here's De Wolf. He'll switch back to the inside. This time he makes it stick, and he stands Sacha Coenen up and takes 3rd place away from the Red Bull KTM rider. He's now got clear track ahead of him. He goes defensive. He knows that Laengenfelder is there as well. Back marker. It's Alfarisi. Delvintor Alfarisi. Oh, Laengenfelder just getting hung up there in that deep dirt to the outside. And Coenen now just making himself as wide as he can just to prevent the pass from Laengenfelder. Can he get cute here? Well, he goes wide. He'll cut back again. If he can't get out of this one early, it'll be at the first turn when he gets good drive out of there. And he does make it clean as a whistle. Laengenfelder now up in a 4th place. Right, we've got red warning signs popping up on our screen. But anyway, take a look at the whole shot, shall we? So De Wolf and Laengenfelder both go by Sacha Coenen, moved to 3rd and 4th. Over in the middle right, number 93, Monster Energy Yamaha, Jago Geerts, over the line for the 6th time. And then you just see Everts go upside down there. Look, he hit the ground hard. He was going down as the ground was coming up. Hopefully he's okay, but Geerts, 2.2 seconds clear of Horgmo, who is keeping the Belgian. Oh, hang on. Red for not respecting waved yellows. Adamo is showing as a loss of 2 positions. So Adamo down from 12th to 14th. Here we have it. I think we need to see it. Well, actually, maybe we need to see that from a bit further back. But it was waved on the other side of the jump. Were they waved on the approach? But at the moment, he is being penalised for 2 positions. He's found his way past Stauffer and moves into 11th place. Geerts and Horgmo now separated by 1.1. Now, earlier in the race, circuit conditions were a lot stickier, a lot more tacky, and that seemed to favour Jago Geerts. These conditions now drying out just like they were yesterday, and it didn't feel too comfortable in those conditions, whereas Horgmo seems to be responding. 1.2 the gap now as we move into lap 14. 7.5 seconds clear of Kai De Wolf is Kevin Horgmo. So the F&H Kawasaki knows he is as close as he's ever been to picking up a race win in MX2. And you're going to be looking at Kenneth Gunderson, probably, as the last MX2 race winner from Norway. Downhill, bottom end of the circuit. Gap still coming down. A little bit of traffic around the corner. Imperative to get the drive out of here. That's exactly what Geerts does on the number 93. Yeah, look, 3-4 riders. Oh, absolutely all queuing up. They've all seen the blue flags. It's not a red flag. It's not stop. It's just pay attention to what's going on behind you. Know the leader's coming through. Some people are colourblind, though, it appears, because they're still involved. One of them looks over his shoulder now, making sure that he doesn't get past as he holds the thing up. And what a calamitous set of corners. Magnus Smith, one of those, a 2.56, and the rider ahead of him is the 1.74 of Alessandro Valeri. And you see Geerts there doing the big panic rev as he approaches another rider coming into the turn, and all of a sudden, less than a second, and Horgmo is almost alongside, and Geerts has to be forceful with the back marker. Unfortunately, it works out well for him then, because the 1.74 of Valeri is now a moving roadblock as well, and he's got right in the line of Horgmo. BLUE spells blue. Also comes with a message, move out of the way, keep out of the action. Fortunately, they're both clear of those mishaps. But it has given Geerts a little bit of breathing space. He's doubled his lead from what it was at the start of the lap, 0.9 to 1.8. But nervous moments for both riders there, as they got buried in traffic. Adamo still circulating in 11th place. 7.3 behind Rick Elzinga, and actually not making too much ground, although the last lap around for him was 150.5 compared to the 52.9 of Elzinga, so expect that gap to come down. Well, did Horgmo just have a moment there, or is it just he came out and straightened up? I wonder if Adamo will be a little bit once bitten, twice shy as he approaches Elzinga in the next 2 minutes plus 2 laps, because it was this corner that the two came together. They didn't just collide. He went down end over end, didn't he? Upside down, back to front. See the breeze picking up here as well, so expect there to be a little bit of water down on the track between MXGP race 1 and MX2 race 2. They could do a splash and dash after this in some places. I'm sure they will if they can get away with it. De Wolf third, Laengenfelder fourth. Here's Sacha Coenen. He is in 5th place at the moment. The rider who is 15th in the championship. Only one top 10 finish so far this year. 9th in race 1 in Spain. He's got his hands full though, because Camden McClellan, Emil Weckman and Roman Amosdijk all lining up to battle the Belgian. Fortunately for Sacha Coenen, they are all lapping in the same lap times, 1:52s. Makes their job even harder. But McClellan getting closer. Has McClellan found his way past Coenen, yes or no? Well, he was definitely close at the top end of the circuit behind pit lane a moment ago. This gap's still back down to 1.6. The trainer, Mark Deruva, will be flexing his muscles up there in pit lane or wherever he is out on the track. This is exactly the kind of performance he wants out of Kevin Horgmo. Ah, Coenen dealing with traffic. They're coming up on that same battle that was on this part of the racetrack a couple of laps ago for the leaders. Oh, and Emil Weckman up the inside and takes a position away from McClellan as he was deciding to go, I'll go this way, avoid the back marker, and McClellan just got caught napping there as Weckman goes through into 6th. Trying to out-drag him. Oh, and he's going to get caught out here as well. De Wolf, not quite. 2 to go. Horgmo can smell a victory here. 50.7 for the Norwegian, 51.2 for the Belgian, who leads the race. More traffic, bottom of the hill. Geerts decides to come up short. Right, again, back marker not aware of what's going on behind him. Fortunately, though, the number 18 of William Voxen Clemen on the Schmieke Racing KTM from Denmark finally yields, and both riders are through. The gap still hovering around about 1.2 seconds. Meanwhile, look at this, and McClellan back down the inside of Wegman, looks right, looks left, wants to know that he's got it in hand, and he has just about, but there's more traffic at the bottom of the hill. Bullet Boy, with no visor, deciding he wants to race the battle behind him. Got to stay out of the way. Right, McClellan goes tight this time, does not allow Wegman through. McClellan back into 6th place. As we approach the final lap. Oh, bouncing off the banking there. His heart rate must be absolutely spiking through the roof. McClellan, dropping downhill into the final lap. Who is going to win this battle for these points? 15 points on offer here for the rider in 6th place. There's Lucas Coenen, has come from out of nowhere. He's found his way past Roman Mosdijk and dropped his Nissan Husqvarna teammate. And he might steal 2 positions here on the final lap. Because there were 3 or 4 riders that were in a battle, all on similar lap times. And Sacha Coenen, all of a sudden, he's hanging in there in 5th place. But Lucas Coenen, number 96, eyeing up Wegman here as McClellan escapes. He may be safe in that 6th place, but I'm not sure about Wegman here in 7th. Oh, almost off the side of the track there. The young Belgian rectifies it though, keeps it on 2 wheels. Oh, Wegman in the deep stuff. That will play into the hands of Lucas Coenen. He's going to get squeezed at the bottom of the hill here, so he's going to have to think outside of the box. This was a lap ago, apparently. Yeah, back markers and all kinds of drama, and that was Lucas Coenen down the inside of Van der Mosdijk. While I was looking at the battle ahead, that went on behind. But Jago Geerts crosses the line to win race 1 here in Locket. He moves to 3rd in the championship. Kevin Horgmo 2nd, fantastic ride for the F&H Kawasaki rider. 3rd is going to be Kai de Wolf. But this battle ain't over yet. As Adamo, is there going to be payback here? Not quite close enough. He's all over the back of Elzinger. This is for 10th place and another vital championship point for Adamo. But the Italian loses out. Elzinger crosses the line in 10th. Adamo 11th. And, oh yeah, he's having a word with him there as well. Look, this is why. Adamo had him passed. And then he tried to lead, well, he left the door open, and then he just got caught out as the 2 lines came together. Yeah, there was a waved yellow there, that's right. And that's why he's got the loss of 2 positions for not respecting those waved yellows. So Adamo will actually be classified as 13th place. The championship leader then. Put in a good effort though, didn't he? That was him making his move on Oriol Oliver. That got him up into 13th at that time. Then David Braceras, he got the better of him as well. And then Marcel Stauffer. He's like, what's the problem? No, listen to me. Elzinga just saying, don't come and attack me. So, desserts then, between those two. Sure, that'll be looked at and they'll have a word, but Adamo obviously frustrated because his lead now. Actually, that's... has he still been classified here as 11th? Yes, he has, so he's going to lose a couple of points there, isn't he? So... a up-and-down race for Adamo, but not quite plain sailing for Geerts, but here he is.
Jago Geerts, another race win. You've now moved up to third in the championship standings. You made it look easy. Just tell us, how was it from your seat?
Yeah, I felt a lot better than yesterday on the track. I took the whole shot and just rode my own race. Kevin was pushing quite hard, but managed to keep my head cool and keep him behind me. So, yeah, really happy about the first heat, and we try to do the same in the second heat.
Good luck for the second race.
Jago Geerts wins race 1, flag to flag, foxhole shot number 6. And he wins the first race here in Loket. Moves up to third in the championship, now 7 points behind second place, Kai de Wolf. As Adamo, the championship leader, just had a wobble in that first race. He'll look to bounce back, but 25 points for Geerts in race 1. And a fantastic ride as well for Kevin Horgmo, who kept him on his toes the entire way. There was a lot going on in that race, and too much to pick through, but we'll show you what we can. Here's the highlights. MX2 race 1. Geerts over on the right-hand side. He crossed the line alongside Kevin Horgmo to grab the foxhole shot for the 6th time. But the number 72 in the middle there goes upside down here. Liam Everts. That was a hard hit for the Belgian. He eventually got back to 17th place. But up front, it was Geerts from Horgmo, Sacha Coenen, Camden McClellan, Emil Weckman and Laengenfelder. Towards the, well, after the first few corners, there was skittles and dominoes and 10-pin bowling going on here as riders forgetting how to stay up. Laengenfelder, though, was on the charge. He sided his way up the inside of Weckman to move into 6. And then, after leaving the door open here, Elzinga charged down the inside of Adamo. Those two were fighting over, what, 3rd or 4th position at that stage. Well, 10th or 11th place. That was de Wolf going past McClellan, and then Laengenfelder also found his way past the South African. Eventually, de Wolf got the better of Sacha Coenen. That got him into 3rd. Then Laengenfelder, a few corners later, found his opportunity as well. Moved up into 4th. Adamo fighting his way through traffic. Got back up towards the top 10. But then this was a fantastic tussle for 6th place. Camden McClellan was there, and then Weckman went through, and then a few corners later, the 122 was back by. Meanwhile, out on his own up front, he's broken clear by 2 seconds. Geerts victorious over Horgmo, de Wolf, Laengenfelder and Sacha Coenen. Told you there's a lot to pick through. Take a look at the results then from that first MX2 race, shall we? Jago Geerts picking up 25 points for his efforts. Kevin Horgmo 2nd, Kai de Wolf 3rd, Simon Laengenfelder and Sacha Coenen rounding out the top 5. Fantastic performance from Camden McClellan in 6th, Emil Weckman 7th and Lucas Coenen 8th. Couldn't quite find his way past the Finn. Ron van der Boostdijk 9 and Rick Elzinga 10. Adamo in 11th, but he's actually already been, on the official results, been demoted down to 13th. So Stauffer and Gifting will leapfrog the Italian. Oliver is 14th, Panzer 15, and Braceras 16, with Liam Everts, Taylor Hamill, Mike Guerda, and Peter Pollock rounding out the top 20. Do like a little bit of jazz in between motos. What say you? Foxhole shot time. Let's have a look. Jago Geerts on point for the 6th time. Another black plate in the hands of the Belgian, the Monster Energy Yamaha, who now moves to 3rd in the championship with that race win. Right, should we take a look at some of the best moments? Why not? And here they are. Jago Geerts, winner of race 1 then in MX2. Join us in a couple of minutes' time when we return for MXGP race 1. We'll see you then.